I think the reality is that there's a great deal of local cable inventory and growing number of national cable network inventory, satellite inventory that has significant value. And automation and data has been able to value that inventory in ways it's never been before. And I think that's really exciting. So I think, yes, it will continue to grow and will continue to scale, but the reality is a third of the United States right now is lit up for household addressable TV ad buying. You could buy programmatic television at nearly 100 million plus homes. So it's here, it's now, it's not just growing, and it's not just 2018, 2020 talk, it's 2015 talk.
So give us a little idea about the sort of the data that's driving this, and also a little bit about the pricing.
Sure. So it's set-top box data fused with various data sources for auto, bulk, and various other data sources. I think from a pricing standpoint, we're trying to move away from broad demography and guaranteeing on broad demographic currency and moving more towards strategic targets. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just to buy a strategic target or to make a better informed buying decision. We want to go tell our clients why they made this and how we move their business. That's when this stuff becomes really, really valuable. That I could go to a client and say, someone who's exposed to this ad bought at X higher rate than someone who is unexposed. That's when marketing and addressable television and TV in general gets really exciting, and we really can show our value. So all this talk is a means to get to that place.
So where are we now in terms of, is it like, you're sort of an evangelist to your brands, it's an educational process. Where do we stand in terms of, TV budgets sort of going into advanced TV versus this sort of basic GRP-based buy?
Sure. Although certainly I'm an evangelist within our organization, but I have a team of 15 plus people who are in the market every day on behalf of our clients and buying in a data-driven programmatic way. So it's small now. I mean, we have clients that vary from 1% of their total upfront budget or their total investment budget to 15 or 20. We even see some digital marketers or some marketers who never really could afford television. It never operated in the way that it wanted to because it wasn't data-driven. The ROI wasn't there. You weren't able to apply your data. Now that you can, we're seeing a lot of those marketers also come to the table, but I would say for the big brand advertisers, which I'm sure you're referring to, that's probably around 1%, 2%. We have some that are dipping their toe in at 10 to 20, but I would say in general, it averages about 1 to 2%.
And the other part of this is, how do you define programmatic TV, and what does that mean to you, and what does that activation mean to your clients?
Sure. So we sort of bucket advanced TV into two different categories. Addressable television, which is to the household, and programmatic TV, or what we call audience buying, which is using a set of data to say that, for example, a truck intender watches HGTV at midnight to 1 a.m., or they watch from 4 to 5 p.m. on ESPN2. So we're going to use some level of automation and data to serve an ad in those places. And so that's sort of how we would literally define what what programmatic TV actually is in the execution. And household addressable is very complementary to that, but at the household level. And those two things work really well together because programmatic TV, tons of scale, 100 million homes, a little bit more targeting than we've ever had to be able to do before, a little bit more precision, but you're eliminating some sort of waste. And then household addressable, complete elimination of waste. You're going to the household level, you're driving frequency against your best customer, against who you have to reach in order to move your business. So they're very complementary to each other.
And when you talk about programmatic TV, what does the supply side look like, and how has it changed? Like it's kind of a new thing, isn't it?
So we've been doing it for about 2 years now, 2.5 years, and it's the aggregated local cable inventory plus satellite inventory plus a growing number of national cable network inventory. So the pool is pretty large, and we could reach at scale about 100 million plus TV homes with that. So it's at significant scale. So it's not a 2-year, it's not future talk. It's today talk. It's current talk.
Great. And We're going to see you in Florida soon at the Beat Retreat.
I'm very excited.
What are some of the big conversations you think we need to solve or we should talk about or hash out there?
Yeah, I think it's improvement of data. I mean, it's so exciting, Andy, to think about. Right now, we're talking in television about, I have to go back to a client and show that I drove sales from a campaign. You need better data. We need to continuously improve the data, improve the predictive modeling of where audiences will be. So I think it's really interesting to be able to talk to media owners, technology companies, and folks like yourself about how we can move this forward and how we can really drive value. So I think data, improvement of data, and I think there should be some sort of standards and practices in the industry in order to scale this and make clients comfortable, and frankly make everybody at every side of the table, from a client to an advertiser to a media owner, comfortable with transacting in this marketplace, because that's really what you need in order for a business to scale.